I think the scariest thing about it is the fact that it really doesn't underestimate the audience, and it's very unique, and it assumes you to be rather intelligent and to understand it, and it doesn't really feed you anything. You've got to kind of bring your own imagination to it, and I think that's really frightening.
What you don't see is probably the scariest thing. Like there's definitely some images that seem to be working for people, but like finally, what is the most scary for you is in your imagination and your heart, and I can't articulate that. So if I can like lead up enough stuff and then release, then hopefully you can put that together and scare yourself.
Right. I did see some of the imagery from the woodcuts back in those times, and I know that you have a design background. What were some of the images that haunted you the most?
Gee whiz. It's funny. I think, a lot of it was really more like images that, from the writings that kind of struck me the most. In New England they weren't really into images because it was like art, and so you got these woodcuts can be rather primitive. I think actually the images that are drawn the most from are actually not from the period, and that's probably Goya, and I don't see really Goya as like early romanticism, with his witches. I mean, they're just witches. For the first time, they are witches, and there's been great witch artwork before them, but man, like Goya has something special.
Got it down.
Sabbath is a beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How much did you immerse yourself in research prior to taking this role and during it?
It's sad to say, but not that much. When you've got someone like this, I mean, he's better than any book or any documentary or anything that you could ever see. Like, Rob has such a understanding of the world that we were playing in, and not just that, obviously, he's got a great understanding of the characters. He created them. And so anytime that we had any sort of questions or anything like that, we'd just talk and it would all kind of work out. It was wonderful.
I did, when I watched the film, really see a Bergman kind of aesthetic to it. And you have also mentioned, though, that Hammer is an influence. I'm curious to know, like, where did you take most of your inspiration from, and how much of it was fun to create on your own?
The Hammer influence in this film is purely just sort of like what's inside me coming out, like without trying.
Sexy negligees.
No, I did. No, I definitely didn't try to bring any Hammer into there. If there is, it's just like by accident. Certainly, there's a little bit of cleavage, but oh dear, I forgot the second part of your question.
What aesthetic did you bring from your own sort of imagination to it?
I mean, look,
that's pop.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I mean, the thing is that this might sound a little precious, but like my whole thing is that this can't just be like, that's a cool shot, that's a cool image, this is even good for the story. It's about like, if I'm really going to transport you, I have to be articulating like this so specifically as if this is like my memory. I'm recreating my memory of my Puritan childhood, the day my dad took me into the cornfield, so on and so forth. And that's why the obsession over all of the details and the period accuracy and all that kind of stuff, because if I'm going to really like articulate like my memory, like I have to have like gone back in the past and lived there.